Damn. Dope level up animation.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
What's up, YouTube? So you might have noticed I didn't stream this week because I'm preparing for the top 32 of the seasonal tournament, but I still wanted to give you guys my initial reaction and my initial takes on the new cards, on obviously Senna as the new champion and the support card. So I decided to try just recording a video just for YouTube this time around. I'll do the same tomorrow and for however long I won't be streaming. Yeah, let's just get rolling and see what Senna has in store for us. Alright, 5 mana for 4 quick attack Shadow Isles. Same body as Kindred basically. When I'm summoned or attack, create a darkness in hand if you don't have one. So same effect, like synergistic with Veigar obviously. Your damage and kill spells accelerate too fast. Alright. Alright, oh wow, the implications for this are huge. Damage and kill spells. Of course, this is mainly meant to be for darkness, but this even hits stuff like Ruination. Like, this can hit some serious power cards. Go hard, pack your bags at 1 mana and 5 respectively. Damn, this could be good crumble as a 5 mana vengeance type of thing you can put on the stack. So in her unleveled form, she already does this. Of course, she is understated but protected by the quick attack body. Can therefore somehow do some stuff in combat, but the passive effect could, in and by itself, be a great anti-aggro tool if you do play it in something like a Go Hard deck for sure. Anyway, let's continue. I've seen you slay 3+ units with spells or an allied Lucian die. Okay, so inherent synergy with Lucian as well, very thematic. So that means you don't actually have to play Veigar with the Veigar support cards. That's very interesting. You can play the 2-drops and the 4-drops with Senna only, without Veigar. Just play Lucian instead. Let's see the rest here. Fast speed darkness, that makes the card so much better. But what the hell is this play? Open attack into darkness, something that can block you. Damn. Dope level up animation. Okay, so the level up effect is not going to be that hard to... Wait, does it say I've seen? Does she level up in deck or... I've seen 3+ units. So in anti-aggro matchups, this is gonna happen very commonly. Against mid-range and control decks, it's gonna be hard to stick her, I feel like. To stick her on the board for long enough until you get the slay 3 units effect to level her up. But anyway, what does the level up do? Whoopsie, there we go. When I'm summoned or attack, create a darkness in hand if you don't have one. So that's the same. Your damage and kill spells accelerate too fast and cost 1 less. 0 mana go hard, 4 mana pack your bags. 8 mana Ruination. Ruination at fast speed is insane. I mean, it is super thematic that Senna synergizes so well with the Ruination, which is literally the reason why this iteration of Senna is in the Shadow Isles. It makes sense. It's also a fairly high price to pay. 5 mana unit with a slightly understated body. It needs to stick until you get that insanely high payoff. Summoned or attack. This is an interesting one. So she doesn't need to strike to summon the darkness. You can just lock the attack in, and during the attack she's going to be semi-protected because she's hiding behind quick attack. Alright, let's look at the rest of the cards. I'll look at these cards in detail at the end of the video. Oh, wait. The support cards of Veigar are in Bandle City, though. I'm just now realizing. Which means you can't play her with Lucian and the support cards of Veigar. But, like, the darknesses are still fine. Like, Senna's generating them as extra cards. And once she levels up, it's a 2-mana 2/2. It's literally a mystic shot. Anyway, continuing here. 6 mana, slow speed, drain 5 from a unit. This doesn't look very strong. It just looks like a super overpriced monster harpoon. Nexus health is like weirdly often not mattering. I can't really think of a lot of situations where you would want to play this over Vengeance. Let's continue. Demacian Sentinel. 1 mana 1/2. The first time you kill a unit with a spell, grant me +2/+1. Fearsome though. This card seems really good. So you're not really blocking with this in the early game on turn 1 or 2, but by that time, like, you can take some hits, you can bank the spell mana, and then once you do remove something, you have a 1 mana 3/3 with a Fearsome keyword. Wait, that's crazy good. While at the same time, you can get chip damage in with this card early on. This looks super strong in something like a Go Hard deck, or any removal-based deck. Of course, this is more of a mid-rangey card. It's not inherently a control card. Even though it could be experimented with splashing this in some control decks. Just because 1 mana 3/3 is a great blocker, a great way to regain tempo. Yeah, Demacian Sentinel looks pretty darn good. Buru Sentinel. The first time you kill a unit with a spell, grant me +2/+1. Fearsome as well. 3 mana 5/4 potentially. Wow, okay. I feel like this is some crazy power creep. Like, okay, let's forget that the power creep with Merciless Hunter existed, but just before that in general LOR, a 3 mana 3/3 Fearsome would already be a solid unit. But you can somehow somewhat reliantly play this as a 3 mana 5/4. That is bonkers. Of course, there's like a limit to how well you can curve out, because you also need to bank mana on removal spells, and you also need the right removal spells to remove something off of your opponent in time. But both of these cards look cracked, honestly, the more I think about them. Especially the being in SI, it's the right region for them. Easy access to removal spells. Okay, this is an interesting one. Lifesteal Tag, Ixtali Sentinel, 6 mana 4/5. Summon, create a darkness now if you don't have one. When you play your next darkness this round, copy it, targeting the enemy nexus. I'm wondering if this is more of a Veigar support card than actual Senna support card. I mean, it is very valuable that this unit has the lifesteal keyword on a solid body. It's something that SI has been lacking ever since Soulgorger kind of fell out of the meta, just was too vanilla to do anything. This one additionally generates a removal spell. And like has a cute little side effect. I mean, the side effect is intended to be a finisher, which is a bit confusing on an understated lifesteal unit. That's why I'm saying it might make most sense with Veigar and like with very buffed up darknesses. The 6-drop, I find it hard to evaluate. The body is nice to like stabilize against aggro decks and burn decks and so on. It's a bit understated against mid-range. I don't know. I don't see this card be too good yet. But there have been a couple more cards. I'll check out the whole Mobilytics reveal in a second here. Or rather, DAC.gg. Oh, a lot more cards actually. Okay, Senna's support card. Senna's hero spell rather, signature spell. Dawning Shadow. Kill an ally. Sorry. Kill an enemy and give all enemies -2/-0 this round. Slow speed. But of course, while you have Senna on board, this is always fast. Wait, what? This is just an upgraded Vengeance. This is a much, much better Vengeance. This is so good to have as a champ spell. Because the tempo you lose when you play Senna, you can easily regain with playing Dawning Shadow the subsequent turn. You'll have mana for it. As a slow speed spell, of course, it's not quite that good. So I'm not sure if this is getting main decked. The main reason is that your opponent gets the info before combat and can decide which units to attack with and which ones they won't. And of course, it's not even close to as good against aggro decks because they open attack from turn 4 or 5 onwards anyway. But damn, just the existence of this even being a champ spell, this is something people always have to consider playing around. This is so good. Alright, continuing. Death and Ada. When I'm summoned, create a darkness in hand. If you don't have one, your next darkness this round costs 0 and deals 2 to all enemies. Wait, okay. So this is 8 mana 7/6, deal 2 to all enemies. 8 mana 7/6 and like, what do we call this? A one-sided avalanche? Anivia leveled up attack thing. I mean, being at 8 mana, it comes down a bit too late where it matters insanely, right? You mostly want that against, like in the earlier mid-game, to get rid of a wide board full of low HP units against a discard aggro, pirate aggro type of board. I feel like this is coming down a bit too late to matter. Cost 0 and deals 2 to all enemies. I wonder if this is always fixed at dealing 2, or if you play the other Veigar cards that buff damage, if it also can deal like 6 to all enemies. Because then, this card is really good. But on its own, I feel like it's okay, but not great. Just a bit too expensive. We saw this, Watcher on the eyes. Nice beard. Damn, nice hairstyle as well. This one looks like Grandpa Yasuo or something. Each round, the first time you slay a unit with a spell, deal 2 to the enemy nexus. Interesting. 4 mana 2/4 is way understated though. But it says slay a unit with a spell. You can't slay your own units. This synergizes with stuff like Glimpse Beyond, technically even freaking Absorb Soul, Atrocity, all that type of stuff. And to a certain extent, this is giving me old Crimson Disciple vibes. It is a bit expensive, it is a bit understated. 4 HP is solid though, backline card. So far, I don't think the card's too crazy, but there's definitely some crazy combo potential around this card. So you need a very synergistic card for this deck to pop off, but if it finds the right shell, it could be broken. As of right now, I don't think it will be, but there's definitely potential there. Oh, but it's only the first time. Oh, I kind of forgot about the first time part. Yeah, in this card, in this case, the card's not that insane. I see the synergy with the 6-drop with the Ixtali Sentinel, that you kind of consistently shoot down your opponent's nexus over the course of a couple of turns. It seems a bit slow though. And it's not really helping you gain tempo on the board or anything. Mist Keepers. Each round, the first time you slay a unit with a spell, summon an ephemeral Mist Wraith. There's a lot of backline champs in this package. Or backline cards, rather. Mist Keepers, Watchers, Senna, and they're also expensive. You lose so much tempo by playing them. Of course, at 4 HP, they'll often go 2 for 1 on blocks, but we're not super happy about it. I don't really see Mist Keepers be good. It's a cute idea, but are you playing a Mist Wraith deck around Senna? Don't really see it. Splashing this in a Mist Wraith deck doesn't make sense. Most Mist Wraith decks don't really run removal. Only Glimpse to slay your own unit. I don't really see the potential of this card. Okay, 2 more. Solari Sentinel. When I summon, create a darkness in hand if you don't have one. 3 mana, 3/2. Pretty straightforward. Of course, also very synergistic with Veigar. This whole release makes Veigar much more playable, but it also forces him to be, like more or less forces him to be played in Shadow Isles Bandle. Which means that the dual regions matters a lot less. By itself, the card's a bit overpriced, and you already play an overpriced card to generate another overpriced card, 3 mana, slow speed deal 2 to something. Of course, if you have enough effects off of Bandle Cities, Veigar support cards and so on, that reduce the cost, increase the damage and so on. And this card can definitely be solid. I'm running this in my Veigar deck for sure. It's, I don't think there's anything that fits the 3-drop slot yet. Of course, you'll need the right cards in the right order to find the mana to be able to play these darknesses and not waste too many of the darkness generation effects. But they're interesting control tools, that's for sure. Catalog of Regrets. Round start, create in hand a fleeting copy of a non-fleeting spell you cast last round. Okay, so this is supposed to be Darkness synergy. Veigar synergy, making it easier to level him up, I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming this is gonna be randomized. I don't think you can pick which spell you'll generate. The card looks a bit overpriced to me. And like the loss of tempo might be too big to run it. Of course it's very cute, it's like synergistic with Veigar. I feel like this is a bit more of a meme tier card though. Of course it is huge if this does copy something like a Vengeance or a Ruination. The potential value you can generate off of this is insane. The downside is you're not really flexible, right? If you play the card at one turn, you really want to also play the fleeting copy the next turn. Which might also make it easier for your opponents to play around it since they know what's coming. Yeah, interesting card. I don't really see it be super good though. I don't think this archetype is gonna lack value generation in general. This seems like a win more card. Like if you're already stable, then you'll find a window to play this. But yeah, definitely interesting. These last couple of cards mostly seem to have Veigar synergy. To an extent, even Watcher on the ice, because I don't think Veigar ever really tries to get much damage through the board. But mainly through the Darkness on Nexus type of effects. Of course, with a Sentinel, you could shoot 2 Darknesses at your opponent's Nexus at the same time. Which could be getting close to an OTK at some point once Veigar is leveled. And that's it for this package. Definitely an interesting one. I could definitely be, like, I can see Senna be in a few meta decks. Cheating out the level up with Illusion is gonna be key, I think. Like, Senna is designed in a way where she's not pre-committed to any certain deck. You can pair her in a lot of combinations. You could play her on her own, and just like maybe even a Freljord Shadow Ice control deck, but you could of course also pair her with Veigar or Illusion. Those would be the 2 more intuitive ones. And if there's some like Illusion splash and then you just really try to go for the Senna level up effect, say you play like a heavy control deck, maybe even with Rekindlers or Mistcall or something, trying to really get the payoff of Senna's continuous Darkness generation, and of course of making really strong slow speed removals past fast speed. Like go hard, pack your bags, Ruination and the kind of stuff. Yeah, but that's it for this day. I hope you enjoyed this one. This little video exclusively for YouTube. And I'm gonna be very curious to read through your guys' reactions as well, and especially what kind of ideas you guys have to build a deck around Senna. Feel free to leave those in the chat. I'm always very curious about them. I read through all of them. And yeah, have a great day, evening, or whatever. I'll see you around tomorrow.